everyone. Welcome back to the Beyond Money channel. Today we're going to talk about 10 secret mistakes that poor people make that you probably didn't know. So have a seat and let's get started. Secret mistake number 1. Poor people often don't have a budget. They spend money without keeping track of their expenses, which can lead to financial instability. This is so very easy to do, especially when you're with friends or family and having a great time and you say, you know what, I'll be the cool guy and I'll pick up that tab. And next thing you know, you went to spend $20 on drinks and you spend $100. You have to budget and try to stick with it. These are mistakes that poor people often make. Secret mistake number 2. Poor people often don't save money. They live paycheck to paycheck and don't have any emergency funds, which can lead to debt. How many times have we found ourselves in a situation we didn't plan for, with a bill we didn't intend to have, a tooth that's hurting, a doctor's appointment or dentist appointment that we had to shell out the extra $300 that put us behind on the electric or the car note or the insurance. It happens to everyone. So you want to try to foresee these events and have a little money saved away for a rainy day. That's what, a rainy day is when something that you don't like and you don't want to spend money on happens, but you have to take care of it. You should take care of yourself. So a rainy day fund, $500 on up, depending on your expenses and your lifestyle, is something you definitely don't want to forget to do. The third secret mistake: poor people often don't invest their money. They miss out on opportunities to grow their wealth and secure their financial future. How many times do investors tell us, oh, if you'd only invested that extra $10 a week when you were 15 or 16, when, we become of legal age to work here in America. So, I don't think there's a person in America that didn't miss out on that opportunity when they were young and growing older. So now that you are listening to these videos and learning about mistakes people make, now is the time. Anytime you make money, even if you don't have a regular paycheck, maybe you take odd jobs, try to put away 10% of your income, just like you would for yourself or for an unexpected expense or travel arrangement, or a gift for a friend that helps you out, or a neighbor. So try to keep a little bit of money tucked away for yourself for each time you get paid on each goal. Obviously, we have to feed ourselves and shelter ourselves, and we always don't make money for the small things, but to have a plan and to look to invest money and, taking 10% of your income for an investment on yourself or your friends that are around you, I think is a good investment. I mean, we're not all going to have a ton of money to throw into the market and see it, turn around overnight. I mean, how many people wanted to jump into the Bitcoin investment and didn't do it because, everyone says, yeah, you're $10 or $100, but sometimes that $10 or $100 might be better invested on yourself for a class or a good friend who has really gone out of their way to help you with some situation. So try to invest your money, whether it's in yourself, your friends, or a market, to better your life and those of others. Secret mistake number 4. Poor people often don't have a plan for their money. They don't set financial goals or have a strategy for achieving them. I think this comes with just the market and work and, just trying to take care of today. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's survival. But it's important that we try to look into the, ahead and understand that transitions in life are always going to happen. Life is a roller coaster ride. It's high, it's low, it's long, it's short, it's fun, it's up and it's down. And it's very important that we try to have some plan for these changes, for these curves, for these turns, so that we can develop a strategy to achieve them. Now, obviously, goals will change and plans will change with those goals, but it's good to at least attempt to have one, to think about it. The secret mistake number 5: poor people often don't have a good credit score. People often don't even think of the credit score. And some secrets people don't know is that it credit score is not always about paying off debt. Sometimes credit scores are more about maintaining debt and building debt, which sounds odd because it's a credit score and it's good. But if, let's say you have 5 credit cards, low value, let's say under $1,000 or something, and you decide, this is too much to carry around, I don't want this extra card, and you cancel it. Well, that will affect your credit score negatively because you have now eliminated debt, which to the credit score agency looks like there was a problem or an issue. So remember, once you kind of open certain credits or credit cards, you want to keep those in good use, and try to use them, try to keep them active, or try to increase them. So instead of canceling a credit card, you might want to talk to the credit agency and see, if you don't use it that often, how can you transition that account to something that is useful, or that credit card account, so that you are using it and it is showing on your credit score. So credit score is more an issue of how you handle debt and manage debt than it is whether you pay off debt. Even though paying off debt is good, credit scores are to let creditors know, how they're going to capitalize on your use of credit. So keep that in mind. Also, pay your bills on time. Sometimes if you pay an electric company late, somehow it shows up on your credit. If you, let's say you're a renter and you forget your last trash bin when you move and they bill you for that and never send you the bill, that will go on your credit score. So what you want to do is manage your debt properly. Try to pay all the bills on time, the credit card bills, the electric bills, any bill you have, try to do it timely so it doesn't reflect on your credit score. You don't want to have too much debt for what you can use. So if you, just because you have an opportunity to have 5 credit cards, maybe just try, 1 to 3 credit cards so you see how much debt you need or you can use. Because like I said, if you have to cancel a credit card or cancel debt, that works against a good credit score. So you don't want to make it more difficult to get a loan or additional credit cards when you decide it's in your best interest to use. The secret mistake number 6. Poor people often don't have a good education. They don't have the skills or knowledge to get high-paying jobs or start their own businesses. Now, good education, we tend to think of that, a 4-year college degree. No, it could be community college, a semester in a field you want. Let's say you want to be a private investigator, but you don't have the education to do it. Take a community college on criminal law or justice, and that will give you the skill and knowledge to get that high-paying investigator job or high-paying client, or even to start your own business. Secret mistake number 7 that poor people often make is that they don't have a support system. They don't have family or friends who can help them in times of need. Now, they have the saying, birds of a feather flock together. And as we know, if we are not good with our spending habits, it's very possible that we have friends who are not good with their spending habits. And so it's good to try to associate yourself with people who maybe have good spending habits. And if you need a support system, it may not always be for financial help, but what you might want to do if you find yourself in a difficult situation that you need a support system is find people that can at least give you good advice and don't look down or frown upon you if you find yourself in a bind. That they may actually try to give you, even if they do not agree to give you financial support, but to give you moral support and to give you financial advice similar to what they've used for themselves, because most people who are financially sound and can support others have themselves had a difficult time in the past. And so sometimes just telling them you're struggling or having a difficult time and being comfortable with them saying, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I know people that have had that situation, or I can understand, is enough for you to get your mind set straight in the right direction so that you can help yourself in a time of need. Now, the 8th secret mistake that poor people make is they don't have a positive mindset. This goes back to the support system we just talked about. Having a positive mindset can take you out of a negative thinking, get you into a positive set so that you see more options. Because as we all know, as we are stressed out and a financial condition makes us more stressed, it's more difficult to focus on goals, to be creative and to create more possibilities and opportunities to deal with the situation. Poor people don't believe in themselves or their ability to succeed. It can hold them back. So you want to make sure that when you're in that stressful situation, that you're able to develop a focus and a positive mindset to pull yourself out of that situation. Now, the 9th secret mistake poor people make is they don't have a healthy lifestyle. They don't eat well or exercise, which can lead to health problems and medical bills. What's very interesting is sometimes we think that if we take time to exercise on ourselves, that somehow we are losing focus financially. But what exercise does is help to give you that positive mindset and clear thinking so that you can focus on where your money should be spent and you can be open creatively. It could also, with regard to eating well, a lot of times poor people are working. There is a term called the working poor. And these are people who are making money, they have debt, but they're so busy that they don't have time to even think how to best spend their money. And so they're just, spending whatever comes up. And sometimes that'll cause you not to eat well. Like if, let's say you're a truck driver, and so your time is spent 90% on the road, and really the only food you have accessible is fast food or a truck stop. Well, you're not going to eat well, or if you're even in a hospital, there aren't restaurants in hospitals. You're going to have a tendency not to eat well. So you want to take that time. You want to try to follow up with a healthy lifestyle, which means pre-planning your meals, maybe ordering a salad delivered. If you're in a hospital, you'd be in a city. A truck driver, that would be more difficult. But you could, try to arrange your stops where there's a restaurant nearby and you could have, a healthier lifestyle, or maybe, ask a chef if it's a small restaurant to make something certain for you so that you follow that healthy lifestyle. But poor people make the mistake of thinking that, a healthy lifestyle and exercise doesn't matter, and it's rather important, and it does matter. There's always, you should be healthy, wealthy, and wise. So to be wealthy, you need to be healthy. Now, the secret mistake number 10 that poor people often make is they don't have a plan for retirement. They don't save enough money for their golden years, which can lead to financial hardship in old age. How many times do you talk to someone who's like, yesterday I was 20 and today I'm 70, and what happened? Where did the years go? Time flies when you're busy. And you can even say poor people, or the working poor, are busy people. They're too busy to plan for retirement. It's not for a lack of wanting or desire, or even a lack of access or income. Sometimes it's just being too busy to have a plan for retirement. So make that time. Take that time on a Saturday. Think about retirement. And maybe you don't want to retire. And that may be an option for you to continue. If you stay in good health, you may not have to retire. But the point is, you want to have a plan. You want to have an access. So in the event that you are forced to retire, maybe the industry you're in is no longer viable. If you're a Blockbuster executive and everyone went to Netflix, you're going to be forced to retire. So you probably want to have a plan for that, because you can't always see into the future, know what's going to happen. So the best plan you can have is to have a plan. And if you're doing great and you don't want to retire, great. Then you can help other people in your life with that, or set that money aside for something else or another investment. But as long as you have that plan, at least you'll have some security to know that in the event of illness, in the event of, the industry changing, that you are secure and in retirement. So there you have it. 10 secret mistakes that poor people make. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next one.